What's going on, fam? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? This is my first real live, and I'm really excited about it. I'm going to be going live pretty frequently now, but I'm figuring out how to use YouTube, and it's working really great. So I can start a poll right now. All right, guys, I'm going to do a. I'm running a poll right now. What's going on, everybody? My name is Movie Magic Michael. I'm live. Somebody was just on. Dropping a poll right now. What's going on, everybody? Let me know if you guys want me to drop this poll or not. I'm curious to know what everyone chooses. Fellowship or Lord of the Rings? Fellowship or Lord of the Rings? You tell me. Dropping a poll. Do you guys choose Fellowship or Star Wars: A New Hope? It's going to be a grind up the hill, but we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. Drop a vote, guys. Is it Fellowship or A New Hope? I have a lot more where these came from. What do you think, guys? A Fellowship or New Hope? We need one vote. We need one vote. I'm gonna be going live every day, guys. Is it Fellowship or New Hope? I would probably go Fellowship. But then, like, I don't know, Empire Strikes Back or Two Towers, I'd probably go Empire. But if you could drop a vote, let me know. Fellowship or A New Hope? I'd probably say Fellowship, right? And my studio is completely freaking empty right now because I am moving. So I have not everything is packed. I like grabbed the Baby Yoda and all the stuff from my kids' room. So I don't have really a studio to use right now. Yo, Oakrez, thank you so much. Olacrez, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I can't believe I just hit Russia. I gotta take a picture of that. Russia. That's exciting. Look, Ma, I made it to Russia. Unbelievable. No. I can't believe someone in Russia is watching me right now. I don't actually have a major studio right now because I'm freaking moving. So everything that's here is kinda like hodgepodge together. Oh, we got a vote. We got a one fellowship. I mean, that's probably what I'd be voting for. That's probably what I'd be voting for. I feel like I wanna go to the next poll. This is my first live stream, guys. This is my first YouTube live stream, so you're kinda getting in on the ground level here. But I want to thank you for joining, whoever the people are in the chat. If you guys wanna drop your names and where you're from, I'd really appreciate it, but I'm gonna be going live every day. I'm going all in on YouTube. I'm going all in on YouTube. Got my keyboard set up here, got my mouse set up here. We got one, okay. I'm gonna start a new poll. I subscribed when you started dropping amazing videos on Eyes Wide. Bro, thank you so much, man. Really, truly, thank you so, so much. I really appreciate that. Um, you know what? We just stopped talking about movies, and I said to myself, "Why I might as well just start talking about movies again." And I'm not a critic, you know? I won't critique a film, but I will analyze the shit out of it. So, Ola I really appreciate you, man. You're my first guy on my stream. You're the first person to ever be on a Movie Magic Michael stream. I'm gonna be going live every single day. Uh, but I am moving, and that's why my shelves are really freaking empty right now. I'm, like, embarrassed by it, but it is what it is. Ola what's your favorite movie, bro? Drop your favorite movie in the chat. Ola drop your favorite movie in the chat, brother. I really appreciate you joining in, man. I'm gonna see this one turn into, 1,000 sooner than later. I'm gonna drop a new poll. I'm dropping a new poll right now. We go, Two Towers or Empire Strikes Back. I'm starting a new poll right now. What's up, Derry? What's going on, dude? Derry, thanks for joining in, man. This is my first YouTube live stream, the first of a million. I'm going all in on YouTube. I'm gonna become a famous YouTuber. And I just wanna just mention that my background, I'm moving. So I like grabbed this shit from my kids' room. I have nothing going on right now. Everything is packed. I have books, I have occult books, I have screenplays, I have movie books, movie posters, everything is packed. So I have nothing to show you guys right now, and I apologize. We got more voting. Empire Strikes Back's at 100%. I agree. I agree. It's not even a question. Derry, I appreciate you joining in. I'm gonna take a picture of this because there's 2 people in my chat right now, and I'm gonna be going live every single day. I'm going live on YouTube every single day. And we're gonna be talking movies, movie polls. This is Michael's Movie Lounge. So I just finished watching Excalibur. The new Arrow video released is exquisite. So Excalibur is a great dark fantasy. When I run a movie studio, I am going to be bringing back dark fantasy. How they don't have a new version of Excalibur, or how they don't have a new version of, I don't know, the Dark Crystal, or even Labyrinth is beyond me. I have no idea what they're doing. We need Excalibur was great. Love that. And we still got one vote on Empire. I'm gonna be doing tons of polling on this channel. I'm doing tons of polling on on my, what do you call on my lives. This is so cool. Derry, did you see my new video for, Alice as the high priestess? I made a new video for Alice as the high priestess, and Bill Harford is the magician. So, I don't know if you've checked it out, but I release videos every Monday and Friday, and I just set up a membership program where all of my YouTube members can, I did see it. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, Derry. Derry, this is my first live, dude. This is my first live on YouTube. I'm gonna be going live every single night. Um, Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Michael. My favorite movie is Eyes Wide Shut. Started watching it, was not a big deal, like, in 2007. Love that, brother. I saw Eyes Wide Shut in the movie theater on a date with this girl. I forgot her name. I think her name was Jessica or something. And I went opening weekend. I don't know this girl from anything. We were just dating, and, I saw Eyes Wide Shut at the Roosevelt Field movie theater, and I was blown away. We got 4 people in the chat now, guys. Welcome to Movie Magic Michael's Movie Lounge chat. I apologize about the empty shelves. I am moving. I'm leaving New York, and I'm moving to Florida. So every book, every screenplay, every occult book, every book that I've ever owned is packed away. So I apologize that I look kind of bare and everything. So Derry, there's a irony in Bill being in The Magician in the context because he's the mark in modern context of magicians, 100%. 100%. The fact that Kubrick did this, like, almost 30 years ago. Eyes Wide's gonna be 30 years old pretty soon, which is just nuts to think about. And, like, we're realizing it now that once you start learning about esoteric systems and occult systems and everything, you just realize that Eyes Wide, every single frame in Eyes Wide Shut is an occult initiation somehow. That is not just your typical, like, hero's journey type story. It is a hero's journey, but my god, it is, just absolutely phenomenal. Unbelievable. What movies is everybody watching this weekend? Really curious to know. I'm gonna end this poll right now. I'm going right down the list. So we did Fellowship, we did Empire Strikes Back. Olakres, if you read it backwards, it says Zerkalo, which means in Russian, a mirror. Love it. Going to see Harold and Maude tonight. Love it. Musty 420. Welcome in, dude. Musty 420. This is my first live stream, bro. This is my first live stream. There's going to be a movie Magic Michael live stream every single day. Every night, I'm going live. I want this to be the movie lounge that everyone can talk about movies. And I apologize about my back shelf. Musty, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Love Eyes Wide Shut. And doing these videos for you guys has been so rewarding. What a crazy freaking movie. Like, I just dropped this new video about Alice as the high priestess. You know, she's standing in between two columns. She has that secret knowledge, right? Like, how did I not notice this when I saw it 25 years ago, right? The fact that, or 26 years ago, right? Eyes Wide came out in 99. So it's like 27 years old right now. And like, we're just scratching the surface on this film. This is so cool. I'm gonna end this poll. Let me end the Empire Strikes Back poll. And I'm gonna go 3 movies. Starting a new movie right now, and I want everybody to vote. Starting a new poll right now. Are you ready? I'm gonna go. I kind of know what this is. All right, I'm starting a new poll right now. Your channel will have a lot of subscribers soon. It's a pleasure to see it's coming. I really appreciate Olakres. Olakez, sorry about that. Olakres. I really appreciate that. You know what? I'm bringing back the conversation to movies. And my brother's on TikTok. My mom is doing her own social media stuff, and I want to go all in on YouTube. I feel like YouTube is my I don't even need these. I don't even need these headsets. Um, I started posting, man, right? And I just started doing long form, I would say about a month ago, month and a half ago. And all of a sudden, you guys can hear me, right? Like my microphone is working, correct? Um, I just started posting and people really took to the occult symbolism. Yep, audio's good. Musty 420. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. Um, I started posting and I started going uh deep, right, into the films. Why haven't we seen this stuff before? How do we not realize that Luke is Lucifer in Star Wars? How do we not realize that there's this esoteric symbolism in with Darth Vader? So I just started posting about it because I just started recognizing it and reading it. And once you start going into those kind of deep esoteric dives, my God, the whole your whole world opens up, right? Everything just freaking opens up to what the masters were trying to teach us, right? So what we have: one Return of the King, zero Return of the Jedi. I mean, I think Return of the King is probably one of the greatest movies ever made. But I'm gonna be doing a lot of polling. I have like 500 polls that I want. This is a movie chat. Musty 420, what are you seeing this weekend? Are you watching any movies this weekend? Ola Krez, are you watching any movies this weekend? To be honest, haven't watched any Lord of the Rings or Star Wars films. Musty, don't rent Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. Buy them. So Musty, what's your goal, bro? Like what are your movies? What are your favorite movies? What do you dig? What do you like? Are you an Eyes Wide guy? Are you a Kubrick guy? Are you a Spielberg guy? What are your films? Drop it in the chat, guys. Drop it in the chat. I got 3 of my buddies right here. This is very, very cool. If you haven't watched Star Wars: Return of the King, 4 faves are Eyes Wide, Fanny and Alexander Extended, Badlands, and Mulholland Drive. So your Lynch, I mean, that's great. Fanny Al and Alexander, I'm drawing a blank here. Badlands, I'm familiar with. Eyes Wide Shut is just absolutely phenomenal on every level. Every frame. Bergman, yes. I didn't fail I didn't fail my film minor, but I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so you're an old school guy. You go really deep. And Mulholland Drive, I mean, Lynch is, incomparable. You can't compare Lynch to anyone. People want me to do deep dives into Lynch, and although he's one of my top directors, he's not in my top 5, right? Musty, who are your top 5 directors? Drop your top 5 directors in the chat. Who are your top 5 directors? For me, I would probably go Spielberg, Scorsese, Kubrick, Coppola, probably Nolan. And I would say like Fincher and Nolan kind of like bounce back and forth. But drop your 5 favorite directors in the chat. Curious to know about that. Bergman, Kubrick, yeah, Terrence Malick, man. Malick, tough last 2. Man, but Malick, his symbolism, I mean, he was like the OG Kabbalah guy with Tree of Life, you know? How the masters have left us clues. If you're Bergman, Kubrick, and Malick, I mean, Lynch has gotta be in your top 5, Musty. I would be shocked if he wasn't. Bergman's great. Kubrick, I mean, he's the master, right? I don't think there's anyone that does what Kubrick does. Edward Yang. Lynch definitely up there, 100%. 100%. Lynch is in my top, I would say top 12. He's in my top 12. I don't think he's in my top 10. I would go Fincher over Lynch, in my opinion. And you can't forget about Coppola, right? Scorsese. Guys, welcome into the channel. Welcome into Michael's Movie Lounge. We got 6 people here now. Guys, I'm running polls right now. Different strokes. I get it, but that's the beauty of movies, man, right? Like, I'm not right, you're not right. I'm not wrong, you're not wrong, right? Like, everyone's got their own favorite movie directors. Guys, my name is Michael. I'm a screenwriter. I'm an author. This is my first YouTube live. This is my first YouTube live. I appreciate you guys coming in. Take a vote down there. Drop a vote. Is it Return of the King or Return of the Jedi? And I'm going to be going live every single day. I have apologized about my studio setup right now, but all my books are packed away. I'm moving. So I don't really have a studio right now. So, the latest video is great. Olacrest, thank you so much. I just finished watching it. Where do you get your ideas for your videos? Really, it's watching the movies, right? When you open up your mind and you're just, reading about, and that's where my books are, right? I read about esotericism, Kabbalah, ancient religions, spiritual symbolism, the law of attraction. Once you start reading that and then you start watching films, you go, "My God, these masterful filmmakers were reading the same books I was." The Lesser Key of Solomon, anything on esotericism, John Dee. And once you start opening up your mind to that stuff, there's no, you know, it's just it's right in front of you, and that's what Kubrick is trying to show you with Eyes Wide Shut, is that you think it's about a guy who thinks his wife is cheating on him, or she cheated on him in his mind, and then he goes on this journey, but every single layer is so deep in Eyes Wide Shut that you just start opening up to what it is, right? You start seeing for what the masters do. So for me, it's reading the books and then um it's going into the actual film. So Coppola's run is kind of untouchable in the 70s, might be the greatest decade of work ever. I don't disagree with that. I mean, what Coppola did with The Godfather, Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now is in my top 10. Curious to know where Apocalypse ranks in your favorites. Raven Madley, what's going on? Welcome in. This is my first live. This is my first YouTube live stream. I'm going to be going live every day. I will have a better set. All my books are packed away because I am moving. I'm leaving New York. I've been a New Yorker my entire life and I'm becoming a Floridian. So, no worries, Raven. I appreciate you joining in. I appreciate you coming in. My name is Michael. I am a movie fanatic, and this is a safe place to talk about every type of movie. Any thoughts on the artworks of Eyes Wide Shut? Something I've been really interested in, something underexplored. Absolutely musty. So I did a deep dive, and I have a deep dive coming up on YouTube about the pregnant painting in in uh in the Ziegler bathroom. Okay. There's a pregnant woman who's laying exactly, well, actually, Mandy, who's overdosed, is laying exactly how this pregnant woman is laying also. So is Kubrick saying that Mandy was pregnant? I don't know. I don't know, but I do a deep dive onto that. That comes out in about a week. I have a Kubrick video every Friday on my YouTube, and then every Monday I kind of play around with, different movies that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I have There Will Be Blood coming out on Monday. I did The Dark Knight, I did Prometheus, all my favorite movies of all time. So, yeah, and the artwork, I have a video coming out on that too. So, hang out a little bit on that, and I do have a deep dive on that on my other channels, but we're gonna stay on YouTube for now. Raven, good for you. Hope your move goes smoothly. Appreciate it. Moving sucks. Moving absolutely blows in every aspect possible. There's nothing good about moving, but we're leaving our area. We're going down to Florida. Taxes are way too high in New York, and we're moving down to Florida. So my shelf right now, I have I pulled some shit out of my kids' room. I'm like, give me this, and give me this. So I took a baby Yoda that I have to have for now until I could actually set up my studio down in Florida. So Musty says, Apocalypse Now. Musty, thank you, man. Really appreciate it. But it's on my other channels. I did a 3-minute deep dive onto the artwork of Kubrick in Eyes Wide Shut on my other channels. Apocalypse Now is number 8 in my top 10 ever. Probably same. Apocalypse Now is in my top 10, bar none, hands down. Same thing with Rounders. I have a few of them. I got a large top 10 list. Musty, favorite PTA film? There Will Be Blood. Hands down. There Will Be Blood was my favorite movie for a very long time, and then I did Jaws, and then I started rewatching Jaws over and over and over again, and Jaws became my number 1. And surprisingly, my deep dives on Jaws don't go very well on my other channels, on my Instagram, on my TikTok channels. Those don't go really well. Go figure, you know? But my Eyes Wide videos, my Shining videos, my Prometheus videos, they go absolutely batshit crazy. Raven, since he likes you to read between the lines, I would infer that she is. Oh, 100%. She's 100% pregnant, Mandy. And that's what I've learned. Kubrick's favorite book was The Code Breakers. It's all about reading into things. Apocalypse Now is a perfect film. I agree with every line you just said, Raven. Like, there wasn't one thing that was disagreeable there. Like, not at all. Musty, what's your favorite PTA film? Drop your favorite PTA films down in the chat. Really curious to know. Raven, favorite film is Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory. I did a deep dive onto that on my TikTok channel. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube Live? I don't wanna, like, piss off the YouTube gods. So I don't wanna, like, do anything wrong, but whatever the case. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where do we even begin with that, right? One of the greatest movies ever made, a generational film, Willy Wonka. Just, my mom watched Willy Wonka, my grandparents watched Willy Wonka, my mom watched Willy Wonka, my dad watched Willy Wonka, my uncles watched Willy Wonka, I watch it, and my kids have watched it. So it's literally like one of the greatest movies ever made that still holds up. Like, my mom didn't watch There Will Be Blood, but I did, right? So these generational films, Willy Wonka is one of those films, hands down. There Will Be Blood, undeniably the best, says Musty, but Inherent Vice has a special place in my heart. Probably my fave, but not his best. That's a bold statement, Musty. That's a very bold statement. Inherent Vice is good. Inherent Vice is good, and, his other one too, the one with DDL, Daniel Day-Lewis, Phantom Thread. Not a popular PTA film by any stretch of the means, but a damn good film, and Inherent Vice, damn good film. I loved Licorice Pizza, also not one of PTA's favorites, right? It's not a Boogie Nights. Most disliked, I think Punch Drunk Love falls into that category for most disliked PTA, right? I've never heard anyone say There Will Be Blood, Boogie Nights, or, what do you call? The Master are hated. Those are probably my top 3 PTA films. Those are, yeah, I mean, probably my top 3 PTA films. Inherent Licorice Pizza's up there, Inherent Vice. People people don't love it. Why does that have a special place in your heart, Musty? Really curious to know. Are we done with this poll? Are we stopping this poll right now? Let's see who got voted for. Let's see here. Yeah, we got 2 votes for Return of the King. I don't disagree with that at all. I love The Big Lebowski, says Musty. California and Other Conspiracies. Love it. Big Lebowski's great. Top top Coen Brothers movie for me, was Raising Arizona. I don't think anyone has done satire comedy like the Coen Brothers. Then obviously you can go into No Country. No Country for Old Men is top tier Coen Brothers. But for me, I've seen Raising Arizona 100 times. I've seen No Country for Old Men 20 times, right? Punch Drunk is a totally different experience when you look at it, an allegory of Superman. Derry, that's really smart. That's a very smart, brilliant take, man. I love that take. And Punch Drunk was disappointing, but was still a really good movie. And right, and Sandler just is going into another really serious role right now. He wants that Oscar, right? He wants to pull like a Michael B. Jordan. He wants that Best Actor. I don't think the Academy would ever see Sandler as anything more than a Happy Gilmore, in my opinion. He's kind of typecasted, and I did that for what do you call? I did that for one of my recent videos under Rick Dalton for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, my number 1 Tarantino film. Tarantino was showing how Rick was being typecasted. I think Adam Sandler is gonna be typecasted for the rest of his life. I don't see him being a serious actor. He tried Punch Drunk Love, and it didn't work. Jim Carrey also tried it with Man on the Moon, which is, like, one of the best movies ever made, but it didn't work for him either. Pinchon is so good as well. PT understands him. I agree with that. Lebowski is the funniest movie ever made, says Raven. I agree with that. Raven, Arizona's second favorite Coens. What's your first? Oh, Big Lebowski's your first, right? Musty, what Joel Coen movies upcoming? This is news to me. Musty was the best part of Jay Kelly. I agree with that. Derry, Tom Hanks shook comedian off a lot earlier than Sandler did. I agree with you. And Tom Hanks, like, Money Pit Tom Hanks, Splash Tom Hanks, um, Big Tom Hanks. He was so able to pivot because he's a really good actor. Tom Hanks is probably one of the greatest actors of our generation, you know, hands down. Can Sandler do it? I don't know. He tried it with Uncut Gems, and Uncut Gems was good, but it wasn't Forrest Gump. Timmy's trying to do that now. Timmy's trying to become that next Laurence Olivier type actor with Marty Supreme and with Dune. He's trying to go big. And he's a good actor, but I don't know if he's got the chops for it. We'll see. We'll see. Olacraz, Michael, what are your favorite films? In what category, Olacraz? I need it dumbed down. If you want of all time, say of all time. But if you want something a little more dumbed down, dumb it down. Give me a category. Derry Bachelor Party, exactly. Hank's Bachelor Party. But then you got Hank's Philadelphia. Like he pivoted so hard and it worked. Hank's Philadelphia, Hank's Castaway, Hank's Forrest Gump. The greatest pivot, I think, in film history. Jim Carrey tried doing it, Sandler tried doing it, and it didn't hit. It didn't work. Carrey did it well with Man on the Moon, but it was still a comedy role, and then he tried doing it Eternal Sunshine. Good, good. Classic, though? I don't know. New Joe Cohen film, says Musty, is called Jack of Spades, a gothic mystery with Josh O'Connor. I got to do some research on that. That's news to me. I love that. Raven, Bachelor Party. Forgot about that one. Yeah, Bachelor Party. 80s Hank's comedy is pretty unbeatable. They filmed The Money Pit right down from where I used to live on Long Island. But Hank's 80s is pretty unbeatable. Right? Let's do a Hanks poll right now. Let's do a Tom Hanks poll right now. I'm going to start a Tom Hanks poll. Do you go I'm going to do The Money Pit. Or you do Castaway. Best Hanks. Starting a poll right now. Starting a poll. I got to check out that Jack of Spades because man, so we have Coen Brothers film. We have a Coen film coming out this year. We have a Spielberg film coming out this year, and we have a Nolan film coming out this year. I am so happy to be alive. I have to tell you, my God. And I heard Project Hail Mary was phenomenal. I think it crushed the box office this weekend. I haven't seen it. Guys, I want to welcome you in. My name is Michael. Welcome to my live. I'm going to be going live every single day on YouTube. YouTube's going to be my new home. Really excited about it. We're going to be talking movies. Derry, I don't think Sandler has enough in the middle. He's either dramatic or comedic. I agree. I do agree with that. And he's a good actor, but is he Tom Hanks caliber? I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know. Even Bridges was able to kind of bridge that gap, right? Jeff Bridges, Nick Cage was able to bridge that gap between comedy and serious, right? We have Raising Arizona Nick Cage. We have Moonlighting Nick Cage. And then we have Leaving Las Vegas Nick Cage. And then we have Rockstar Mandy Nick Cage. Mandy is one of my favorite movies of all time. That movie was so fucking mental. I loved Mandy. Did you guys see Mandy? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Loved Mandy. Raven, very unpopular opinion. I am not a Spielberg fan. Raven, love Jaws and Empire, The Sun, two of the best. Schindler's was good. The rest are just too formulaic. That's a bold statement, Raven. And I respect that. This is a safe place. This is a safe movie zone. Okay. This is Michael's Movie Lounge. I want everyone to have an opinion. I want everyone to feel at home here. No one is right and no one is wrong. Everyone's got an opinion on the greatest films of all time. Okay. And so I got to tell you, formulaic, Raven, E.T., I'll buy that. But formulaic, War of the Worlds, commercial, formulaic, yes. Saving Private Ryan, formulaic, though? And so I'm glad you could take the heat, Raven. Saving Private Ryan, formulaic. That's my number one war movie. of all time, hands down, my number 1 war movie, Saving Private. Where does Saving Private Ryan rank in your favorite movies of all time? Even your favorite war movies. But that's a very interesting opinion, Raven. I'm I'm surprised at that. Spielberg's my number 1 director. Does Spielberg rank in anyone's favorite directors here? I'd be really curious to know. Top 5 directors, drop it in the comments. We already got Musty's favorites, but I wanna hear everyone's top favorite directors in the comments. Raven, it was good, but dramatizes simplifies people. Interesting comment. And that's for Saving Private. That's a very interesting comment. Well, at least you love Jaws and Empire of the Sun. You see, it's really funny. Empire of the Sun it's not my top 2 Spielberg. It's not my top 5 Spielberg, right? Jurassic Park, right? Jurassic Park, one of the greatest movies ever made. Still formulaic. Raven, Kubrick, Coppola, Cohen, Tarantino. Perfect. Perfect. In every level, perfect. Kubrick and Coppola and Tarantino are on my top 5. I go Spielberg, probably Kubrick, Tarantino, Coppola, maybe Scorsese or Nolan. That's hard. Probably Scorsese. Or maybe I would switch out Coppola with Nolan. Right? That's a hard one. He can make things look good. He's a good filmmaker, just not great. Interesting, Raven. Great commentary. I appreciate that. Derry, Scorsese, Kubrick, Tarantino, Coppola, Nolan. Perfect 5. Perfect 5. Yeah, right. Everyone always forgets about Nolan, but then we have Fincher, right? Is Fincher in the top 5? He sometimes is for me. His Social Network is in my top 10 of all time. But Fincher sometimes switches out with Nolan. Because I'll watch I'll watch Insomniac, Nolan's Insomniac, or Memento, which they're great movies, but not my favorites. But then I'll watch The Social Network and I'll go, Fincher's in my top 5. Nolan's not. But easy automatically, it was Spielberg, Kubrick, and Tarantino for me. Easy. Raven, I Heart Huckabee's great film. Love Wes Anderson, but I feel like Wes Anderson doesn't get enough love from people. I'm dropping a new poll. I'm dropping a new poll. I already know who's gonna lose this because the chat's already saying it. Starting a new poll, guys. Just to throw it in there, just to keep the flow cooking. Derry says Rushmore is top 5 all-time favorites. Loved Rushmore. I'm a massive Jason Schwartzman fan. Every movie that I write, I want him in some way part of it. I love Jason Schwartzman. Tenenbaums, My Family, love that one. Love the role of Tenenbaums. Wes Anderson, I would go probably my number 1 Wes Anderson is Fantastic Mr. Fox. Great film. George Clooney, Meryl Streep, Jason Schwartzman. I loved Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I also loved the new one, Asteroid City. I thought Asteroid City was great. Did you guys see Asteroid City? That's his newest one. That came out during the pandemic. The Coppola Bloodline getting a lot of love today. Schwartzman, Cage, Derry, 100%. That family is Hollywood royalty. It's Hollywood royalty. I love the Coppola family, right? Nick Cage, I think, is Coppola's nephew. Talia Shire and Rocky. That's his sister, I think. And then Jason Schwartzman is Talia Shire's son. So that's his great nephew. Then you have Sophia. I just watched The Godfather 3 recently. Guys, welcome into the chat. My name is Michael. Welcome in. This is Movie Magic Michael. This is my first live stream. You guys are getting in at ground level. If you guys could like, follow, and share and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I'm moving. That's why there's nothing behind me. I grabbed some shit from my kids' rooms, so I just put it out there. But I'm going to be going live every day. This is Michael's Movie Lounge. This is just movie talk, movie chat, and we're going hard, okay? We're gonna be live every single day. Yes, she is. 100%. Raven Derry, I forgive her for Godfather 3 because she gave us Lost in Translation. Godfather 3 was a good movie. It wasn't Godfather 1, and it definitely wasn't Godfather 2, but Godfather 3 was a very good movie. But you're right, it 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 was way too melodramatic. And Godfather 1 and 2 were melodramatic too, but it was so iconic. There was nothing really iconic about Godfather 3, except Michael, right? Michael Corleone, and the Coda version is the version that I always watch. I always watch I think it was like a 4-hour version. I watch it a couple times a year. Sophia got a lot of hate, says Raven. No, she's not a great actress, but wasn't an actress. Winona flaked, just bad timing. Winona Ryder would have been phenomenal as Michael's daughter. And no, Sophia wasn't great in the role, but she did the best she could with what she had. Andy Garcia's Vincent was just awesome, right? Sonny's son, just great. I don't know why they didn't stop making I don't know why they stopped making Godfather movies. Love the Godfather movies. Best trilogy of all time? Guys, drop in the chat below. Is Godfather the best trilogy of all time? I have a poll right now. I have a poll. 1 and 2 are practically perfect, says Raven. I agree 1,000%. Wait, so Tarantino's standing at 67% and Spielberg's at 33%. Uh, yeah, Raven, you're way ahead of me. Best trilogy of all time is Nolan. Let's do a poll right now. I'm gonna end this best director poll, and I'm gonna drop a new poll in the chat. Okay, I'm dropping a new poll right now. We're gonna go. This is hard. This is gonna be really hard. All right. Here's a new poll. Here's a new poll. Here's a new poll. I'm gonna flip all you guys out, and I'm gonna be doing this poll a lot because I feel like everyone has an opinion on this poll. I have an opinion on this poll. Musty says third Nolan Batman movie is bad. It wasn't The Dark Knight, but I give Bane tons of respect. I thought the Bane character was excellent and fleshed out. His ending could have been a little better, but it was all for the love of Ra's al Ghul's daughter, right? We get that. Sorry for spoiling for you. Musty, Dune is on track to be up there, or if Dune 3 delivers. Dune 3 for a modern trilogy, yes, but pit Dune 3 up against Lord of the Rings or the OG Star Wars. Like, I'm always going to choose Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. The new Dune trilogy is great. Dune 1 was great. Dune 2 was great, but it wasn't Fellowship and it wasn't Two Towers. And I don't think Denis can bring a Fellowship, a Return of the King to the mix. I don't see how that's even possible, in my opinion. Denis is a phenomenal director, not in my top 10, but still a great, phenomenal director. Raven says, although one could argue they're only one long film, I treat all 3 Lord of the Rings films as one film. Like when people say, "What are your favorite movies of all time?" And I know someone said it earlier. It's Jaws is my number 1. All 3 Lord of the Rings films are my second, and then There Will Be Blood is my third. But I don't treat Return of the King separate from Fellowship. If someone's like, "No, you have to break it down," I will. I'll do my best, but I can't choose between that. If I had to break it down, I'd probably go Return of the King, Fellowship, Two Towers, in that order. Lord of the Rings is etching out Dark Knight. And Batman Begins was good. It wasn't the greatest Batman. I liked Keaton's Batman better than Batman Begins. Raven, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome to Michael's Movie Lounge, where everyone agrees with me. No, I appreciate it. But there's some like The Dark Knight Rises was great, but it wasn't Return of the King. Right? Or Dune 1 was great, but is it A New Hope? Or even, like, I would put Guardians of the Galaxy up there as some of the best trilogy of all time. One of the greatest trilogies ever made. All 3 Guardians films. I go Guardians over the Iron Man trilogy. We didn't even touch on Marvel. This is my first chat on YouTube. This is my first live show on YouTube. I'm having a blast with you guys, and I thank you guys for being here and chatting with me in Michael's Movie Lounge. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Raven says Return of the King was one of the best ever. It's the greatest movie ever made. Out of all the sci-fi fantasy movies, right? You go Star Wars, you go Return of the Jedi, you go, all the Lord of the Rings movies. Return of the King is probably the number 1 of all time, out of, like, the greatest movies of all time, like, out of the Avatar series. I don't even wanna put Avatar into the chat because I've pulled Avatar on my other channels, and Avatar gets way too much hate. Raven, but it is not the day. It is not this day. Chills. Every time Aragon says that, or when he even says for Frodo. I did a deep dive on that where Aragon says for Frodo, and I just lose it. I lose it. Musty says favorite new release of 2026. Love Send Help and Hoppers. Project Hail Mary was okay. Really, I heard Project Hail Mary was phenomenal. My number 1 for 2026 so far. I wanna say The Bone Temple. I'm a huge 28 Days, 28 Years, 28 Weeks Later fan. I'm a big zombie 28 Days fan. I think those are great movies. But I wanna say The Bone Temple so far in the last 3 months has been one of the best movies of the year. And I keep going back to 2025. Musty, watch it. It's excellent. And Ray Fiennes owned that film. How he will I mean, those movies don't generally get nominated for, any type of awards, but Ray Fiennes, man, probably one of the finest actors of our time. Easily. Yeah, Raven, I haven't seen too many new ones either, but I mean, watch The Bone Temple. Housemaid was good. Housemaid was good. Wasn't great. Wasn't great. Housemaid was pretty good. Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. And I love Amanda Seyfried. She's one of the greatest actresses. I saw Marty Supreme. Good. Timmy did a great job. But best movie of 26? No, I don't think so. Musty and Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie is awesome. Um, I have a pitch for a Nirvana movie that I put on my social media, and I uh I I love Nirvana. How they don't have a Nirvana forming video movie beyond me. I pitched something and the audiences loved it. I had a pitch for a Nirvana movie where Kurt meets the Melvins and begins touring with the Melvins. Well, Lord of the Rings at 50%. Now it's 67%. Now 50%. What is going on here? Ola I salute everybody in this chat. Back at you, Ola Michael, congrats with your first stream. Thank you, brother. Really, truly, thank you. I'm humbled. It's an honor to be your guest here. You create a great content. Thank you. I hope you will save streams to rewatch them later. If I can, I will. 100%. I'm going to save all of my live streams. Raven, thank you. You guys, I'm never gonna forget my first, right? You never forget your first. You know what I'm talking about. You never forget your first. I will never forget you guys. This is my first real live stream, and I'm so excited to do this. My brother's all in on one of the other social media platforms. My mom is all in on another social media platforms. YouTube is mine. I love YouTube. I love everything about YouTube. I'm on YouTube all day. I have a big following on Instagram. I have a huge following on Instagram. I have a huge following on TikTok, but I want to focus on long form YouTube. And I want to be a part of this community, this film lovers community on YouTube. Guys, welcome in. My name is Michael. I'm a screenwriter. I'm an author. I'm a published author. All my books are available everywhere books are sold, but we're not selling books here. This is Michael's Movie Lounge. And unfortunately, I am moving. I have nothing behind me. I normally have all my screenplays and movie books and all my books all my, esoteric and occult books behind me, but, I'm moving, so I have nothing behind me. I grabbed some shit from my kids' room. So that's why I'm, um, that's where I am right now in my life, but I'm gonna be going live every day on YouTube. I'm going all in on YouTube. Musty, have you seen Gus Van Sant's Cobain film? I have not, no. I saw the documentary. That was no, that was, Ain't It a Shame. That song, Ain't It a Shame. I know exactly what you're saying, but no, I haven't seen Gus Van Sant's Cobain film. Is that new? I'd be really curious to know if that's new or not, because I kinda have to see that now. I'm a huge Gus Van Sant guy. Um, My Own Private Idaho is probably my number 1 Gus Van Sant. Yeah, no, early 2000s, no, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I mean, Gus Van Sant doesn't make bad movies. He sometimes makes a little, like, oddball movies, like, a little too dry. But My Own Private Idaho was my favorite Gus Van Sant. Um, I mean, I'm trying to pitch a Nirvana movie. 2 of my screenplays right now are in a mega producer's hands. So I have 2 screenplays going on right now that, things are working out, and I'm going all in on YouTube. I am going all in. I want this to be the quintessential movie hangout. I wanna talk to everybody about every movie, and everybody's opinion is welcome here. Musty, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I hope you join me again. I hope you join me again. Paco, I came across your Instagram reels. Welcome in, brother. Thank you. The way you break down movies is amazing and incentivized me to watch again. Love you, brother. Paco, this is my first live on YouTube. And I apologize about my bookshelves being empty, but I'm moving. I'm leaving New York. So everything is packed away. But I appreciate you, brother. Really, thank you for joining me here. I'm going all in. I'm going to have a talk show every single day on YouTube. It's gonna be Michael's Movie Lounge, and we're gonna be talking about movies. What else is there to talk about? This is not about politics. This has nothing to do with religion. This is about movies, and everyone's got an opinion, and everyone's opinion is right. Raven, stop apologizing. We're not here for the decor. Love you, Raven. Appreciate you. I just want to be sincere and I want to be authentic with you guys. That I didn't just I didn't just randomly decide to have empty bookshelves. But I want people to understand that I am moving and I am creating a brand new studio. There's going to be a movie director's chair. I'm going to have a studio in my new house and I'm going to be going live. This is going to be like the place for film, the chat for movies. I appreciate you joining in, Paco. Raven, you're awesome. Thank you. So we're at 50%, 50% Dark Knight, 50% Lord of the Rings. Come on, guys. Come on. There's no way you're telling me that Batman Begins better than Fellowship. There's no way. There's no way you're going to sit and tell me that Dark Knight Rises even comes close to Return of the King. I shocked. But that's the beauty. That's the beauty of movies. That's the beauty of films. What is everyone seeing this weekend? It's Friday. Everyone's got to watch a movie. I'm trying to go see Project Hail Mary, but my daughter is in her school play today, and she is the Wicked Witch of the West. So she's doing the Wizard of Oz. And I'm sorry, I'm going to stop apologizing because Raven's correct. I am a huge Elphaba fan. I thought she was phenomenal in the film. Forget about what she did after that. But I love her voice. Phenomenal voice, very talented. So I'm curious to know if everyone is a Wizard of Oz fan here. Even the new Wicked stuff. Wicked 2 was good. I enjoyed the first Wicked. Nothing like the Wizard of Oz. I mean, I've seen the OG Wizard of Oz like 100 times. Love OG Wizard of Oz. And the Pink Floyd connection to it is 100% real. Love that. All right, this poll is really pissing me off right now because Lord of the Rings and Dark Knight had tied, which I can't believe it. I'm ending this poll right now. This poll is making me angry, and it shouldn't be. I'm gonna start a new poll. Okay, just to piss you guys off more. Another best trilogy. Here's a new poll, a new trilogy poll. Originally, yes, got my son to watch the Pink Floyd and ended up a fan of the band. Yeah, I mean, Pink Floyd, not my top 10 bands of all time, um, but a good band. I saw them in Spain, Pink Floyd, when I was in college. My parents took me on a trip for celebration, and Pink Floyd was playing in Madrid, and I saw them there, and it was cool, but not my top bands of all time. So Indiana Jones is at 100% right now, and like Back to the Future. Very this is crazy. When you think a poll is gonna be a one way and just doesn't. Guys, welcome into my channel. My name is Michael. I do deep dives into the greatest movies ever made. This is my first live stream. I appreciate you being here. And as Raven said, I'm not apologizing for my empty shelves, but I am moving. So that's why there are empty shelves behind me. But this is Michael's Movie Lounge. We are here to talk about movies, films. I run polling all day. I run polling. I want everyone to have their opinion on films. Okay, so that's what this channel is all about. Raven, new movies just don't know how to color grade and seem love lens flares. I don't disagree with that. I do agree with that. Travesty compared to the original. They try to. It's the new movies are definitely more flat versus an OG Star Wars film. The new movies are good, right? I'm not a critic, so I'm not going to critique a film, but I'm going to talk about the deeper layers of the film. But the fact that yeah, there's a different way the cameras look today, and it just feels inauthentic. It feels fake. Like, if you watch the old G Marvel movies, the old school Marvel movies, though that CGI looked better. You know what CGI looks really good, though? The new Planet of the Apes movies. That's a good trilogy, by the way. I'm gonna do that poll pretty soon. The new Planet of the Apes movies, that doesn't look outdated or fake at all. The apes looked real. Um, Raven, everything is pink, teal, blue, and burnt orange. Yes, I agree with that. It's this odd lighting in newer films. And I don't know what they're doing with that. I don't know why. I don't understand it. But hey, it's showing up at the box office. If people are going to see right through it, they're not going to show up to the movies. If people If they're gonna give people what they want, people will show back up to the movies, and I think Project Hail Mary is an example of that. I think people are going back to the theater again. I'm a movie guy, right? That's what my channel's all about. That's what this first live stream, guys, this is my first live stream on YouTube, the first of a million. I'm gonna be live every single day on YouTube talking about movies. This is Michael's Movie Lounge. The idea that, like, movie theaters are kinda dying out makes me sad and angry. But Ryan Gosling said this is not up to the audience. This is up to Hollywood. Hollywood has to figure it out. They have to bring people back to the theaters. And I don't think streaming is going to kill movies. I think that movie theaters are going to come back, but they have to make good movies again. And that's what I'm trying to do. All of my screenplays are being read by big mega producers now that all want to bring back that old school movie, right? I have a movie script right now out called Poker Geist. It's based on one of my books. And it's about this newbie poker player that's got to win the World Series of Poker or the International Poker Chip Championship to get a degenerate gambling ghost off his back. And a producer read it, fell in love with it, and now is trying to package it. So I want to bring that conversation back of why movies need to be in the theaters again. And I don't want it to be streaming. Listen, if they bring it to streaming, it is what it is. Raven, but they don't have too much to choose from anything palatable. I agree with that. We'll draw a crowd. Look at the Reese of 1979 compared to today. Hope your stuff takes off. We need greatness again. That is what I'm trying to bring back. I'm trying to bring back film, movies. Bring back movies. We need to watch movies again, original films. Whether you loved it or hated it, you got to give Ryan Coogler credit for what he did with Sinners. It was an original concept. Yes, it was ripped off of From Dusk Till Dawn, which I think is one of the best Tarantino movies. It's not really a Tarantino movie. He did write it, but Robert Rodriguez directed From Dusk Till Dawn. But it was still an original film. And I do consider Project Hail Mary an original film. That's what we want. And that's what my books are. That's what my screenplays are. They're original films. They're not rehashes. They're not reboots. Listen, movies are made from one another, right? We all know that Fast and the Furious is kind of like a remake of Point Break. It's the same function, but it's still a different movie. And that's what I'm trying to bring back here. And this Michael's Movie Lounge is having that open conversation. And maybe people are going to watch this and go, you know, we really need original films again. That's what all my social media channels are about. Paco, I thought Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight while watching. That's great, dude. I didn't even think of Tales of the Crypt, Demon Knight while watching Sinners. That's a great, great analogy. I didn't think that. That's really, really incredible, dude. I need a rewatch of Demon Knight. I saw that in movie theaters opening. Was that the one with Dennis Miller? Well, that was another Tales from the Crypt. I think that was with Dennis Miller, right? Love Dennis Miller. He hasn't been in anything. I mean, he's more of like a 90s comedian. How's my poll going? 2 votes for Indiana Jones trilogy and none for Back to the Future. I am shocked and appalled right now. I'm shocked and appalled. I'm gonna end this poll. Best trilogy, Indiana Jones beat out Back to the Future. Not one vote for Back to the Future? Nothing? How's that possible? Guys, this was my first hour on YouTube, and I had a blast. And I appreciate you guys. Raven, Paco, thank you. The first was awesome, Raven says, for Back to the Future. The other two, not so much. I agree with that. I was a little disappointed in 2 and 3, but they're still like some of the greatest, Back to the Future 2 and 3 is I'd watch that over kind of anything new today, or any, kind of like a crappy streaming service movie. A crappy a streaming service crappy movie. I don't wanna say the streaming services are crappy, but I wanna say a crappy streaming service movie. You know what I meant. You know what I'm talking about. Guys, this was my first hour as a live streamer, and I absolutely loved it. This was phenomenal. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'm gonna be going live every day on YouTube. I'm going all in on YouTube. Guys, if you could like my channel, follow my channel, and I just opened a membership program that there's 2 tiers. The producer, preview menu, the premiere member is gonna be able to see my videos before they come out, 2 days before they come out. Raven, thank you. It's gonna be more I'm gonna try and do more like 5 o'clock Eastern, right? This I just wanted to test out, and it went over better than I thought it would. But, I have a Premier membership, and I have a producer membership. The producer membership is, your name is gonna be tagged to all my videos as a producer. So, I have those 2 tiers. The membership, I literally just set up today. I got monetized today on YouTube, and I was over the moon with it. But I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for joining me here. It's my first hour on YouTube. The first of many. The first of many. Looking forward to the next time. I might be on live tonight. Raven, thank you, dear. Thank you a million times over. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Guys, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more deep dives into the greatest movies ever made.